Traders from around the world, what's going on? It's your boy Ricky Cadden back again with another free real life stock review from Real Life Trading Australia. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. It is Hump Day Wednesday here in Australia, and let's talk about the broader markets. We do have a couple of requests which we will get to in just a moment, but first and foremost, guys, let's talk about the SPY. Now, the SPY, the S&P 500, did get a little bit of a sell-off. We did open fairly flat last night, but around 3 p.m. in the afternoon in the States, Trump did put out a tweet saying that he was rejecting the negotiation about the stimulus bill for COVID-19, and obviously there was a little bit of a sell-off, quite bearish at that particular moment, but for the most part, guys, it's most likely going to be a dip buying opportunity. The E-minis, you can see here, we are actually picking up right now. We have been pretty much since the open. We are currently retesting, and if we do take a look at the 30-minute, there it is right there. So here was obviously the news that came out, and right now we are currently retesting. If we do come up to this particular level and get rejected, then we could see a little bit more downside selling on the E-minis. Here's ticker symbol FB, Facebook, good old Facebook. Actually, wow, look at Mr. Squiggles throwing in some work action. Did mention that we'll most likely come back down to about the 100 simple, and that would be your dip buying opportunity. So keep your eyes peeled on Facebook for a very nice dip. We did get obviously a little bit of selling last night, and we are starting to play out quite nicely. We are currently at a previous level of resistance / support, and I do expect us to chop around sideways before the election on this one. Here's Tesla. Now, Tesla is just consolidating, guys. We've had such a massive bullish run on Tesla. We are forming an absolutely gorgeous wedge pattern right now. As you can see here, we are just squeezing, but if a lot of you guys use your Fibonacci's, just take a quick look at this, guys. If you're looking at picking up some Tesla shares, the 618 retracement level, which is around here, which is roughly where we bounced before, and it is also a previous level of resistance, this is where I would start to be slowly legging in or dipping your toes in the water on Tesla. So just keep that in mind. If we do come down a bit, we could potentially start to wiggle a bit, you know, catch up with the 100 simple, and then most likely look to trade on higher. Here's the ASX 200. Now, the ASX 200, despite everything that happened in the US, we are trading higher with some pretty decent volume, mind you. So that is looking very, very nicely for the ASX. Are currently still at the 200 simple moving average. We did close above, and for the most part, guys, I'm just very neutral at the moment. It's going to be very interesting to see how this kind of plays out over the election. We have been completely sideways on the ASX 200 since June. So, I mean, that's June, July, August, September, October. That's like 5 months already. So 5 months we have been going completely sideways. I did mention that I wouldn't be overly bullish on the ASX 200 unless we break out strongly and then slowly retest, and then retest the 100 and possibly the 200 simple moving average on the daily for a nice little bounce. Got a request from Elizabeth on PLL, which is Piedmont Lithium. Now, this is obviously it's a penny stock, but this is most likely a Tesla play, I would say. Just take a quick look at some news, and I do believe actually that Pll did sign a agreement with Tesla. Where are we? Here we go. Shares surge 77% on Tesla deal. So there you go, guys. So PLL, Elizabeth, if you are looking at playing this, I think I'm not going to say that it could not go higher, but what I will say is that I'm not buying right now at the all-time high. Not a big fan of that, obviously. If I am looking to buy PLL, it would obviously be long term. This is a pretty speculative play, being a penny stock. You can see that the majority of the time it just goes sideways, and it very, very rarely moves 1 or even half a cent. So if you were in before the move, you would obviously be looking at slowly starting to scale out at this particular point. You know, sell into strength. But obviously, if we do have some sort of pullback and a nice little consolidation and the 100 and the 200 simple moving averages do come into play, then I would most likely look at this as a longer term buying opportunity. Just make sure you check their fundamentals if you are happy to own this company. But PLL right now, fantastic play. If you did catch this, then well done to you, Elizabeth. Fresh, my boy Fresh is wanting me to look at FMG, so Fortescue Metals. You can see right here we are starting to consolidate. Now, mate, on FMG, what you really want to be looking at is the iron ore prices, because iron ore, obviously we have, if you take a quick look at FMG, the last week or so we have had a little bit of a dip, and if we just take a quick look at the iron ore shares, it's doing exactly the same thing. Now, we did create a new high on the iron ore prices. Obviously, as iron ore is going to go higher, FMG is going to be making more money as well, and right now we are at a fairly decent high. I'm not saying that iron ore can't go higher. They do have some very good contracts with China. FMG, sorry, has some very nice contracts with China to look at, obviously, potentially having some more steel projects go up in China. But FMG right now is going to consolidate for a little while. The only reason I say that, mate, is simply because we have had a 5-wave Elliott wave move right now. So right now we are currently in the ABC pattern, and whatever that looks like may be just a complete consolidation sideways before we go higher. But if you do take a look at the monthly chart, I mean, this is straight up Bitcoin parabolic city. This just reminds me of 2018 Bitcoin. But also, having a look at their market cap, they do have a very strong balance sheet as well. But when I say strong balance sheet, I don't believe that their company has risen in value, since 2018 by 500%. So for me, this would be a selling location. If you do own shares, you'd most likely be looking at offloading a few shares at this particular point. Obviously, selling into strength. And if we do trade sideways, we will most likely trade sideways for the next 6 months. We have been here since July, and it's now October, so about 4 months. 4 months. So I do expect us to most likely trade completely sideways up until 2021, and or possibly go down. If you are looking for a buy the dip location, I would be looking at the 200, my friend. 200 simple moving average. It is a very nice dip buying location. It happened back in COVID, and obviously 2019 when we did come back down to 100 simple, we did create a very nice location to buy. Next on the list is Nano Sonic. So Nano Sonic wanted, this is by Aiden. So Aiden wanted me to check out Nano Sonic, and as you can see, this is most likely a COVID play. If you take a look at the weekly chart, this is looking super sexy. I love this. I love this chart. We are currently at the 100 simple moving average, but being a weekly chart, most likely we're going to be here for a while. So I do love the pullback. The only thing is we have had a triple top, which is a very bearish play. We did break down, we retested, and we are currently breaking down a little bit lower. So Nano Sonic currently at the 100 simple moving average on a weekly chart. You could possibly get it a little bit lower. I would start to look at what sort of price action is occurring, and just look for some nice volume to come in. We have had a nice volume the last 2 days, but we are still currently in a downtrend. Once we break this trend, then I would possibly look at, if we do break this trend, something like this, then I would be looking at some sort of, higher low play on Nano Sonic. But very good find, absolutely sensational find on Nano Sonic. Let's take a look at crude oil. Now, crude oil is currently still in this downward trend. We did trade completely sideways today, and we have currently got a very nice little inside day candle sitting at the 100 simple moving average on the daily chart. Nothing to see here. Not any new highs at this particular moment. Gold, I did mention that we would most likely come back up and then trade down to the 100 again on gold. So gold, really nice to see it starting to bounce again. this will be a very nice level to buy. So if you are looking at purchasing gold, this is a dip buying opportunity for you. And the Aussie dollar, I did mention actually in my trading room that we'll most likely trade down, back up, possibly come back down, and just trade completely sideways for the next few months until the end of the year. So Aussie dollar, very nice dippage happening right now. Look to buy as low as you possibly can, and that is it. Alright guys, I'll be back on Friday with another free real life stock review just for you. If you guys want me to review any tickers, any companies, put it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. You rock. Bye.